The 1970s were a renaissance for anti-tank weapons. Not only did the fusion of miniaturization and optoelectronics amplify the infantryman's firepower, but advances in missile technology meant tanks and armored vehicles could be dispatched with relative ease at superb ranges. Until then, infantry used crew-served anti-tank and recoilless rifles, i.e. the Carl Gustav, for anti-armor role. The few anti-tank missiles that existed were often just short-range guided rockets, designed in the 1950s. The period was especially fertile for ATGMs from either side of the Iron Curtain. In circumstances that remain baffling until today, companies like the Soviet Union's Instrument Design Bureau, KBP, were able to create imitations of Western ATGMs whose capabilities were even better than the originals. This was exactly the case with the 9K115 Metis Mongrel. This weapon was designated in the West as the AT-7 or Saxhorn. In form and function it shared striking similarities with the Franco-German Milan, albeit with smaller dimensions. Like the Milan, the Metis was deployed as a two-man system. One carried the launcher that had an integrated collapsible tripod while his partner carried two launch tubes with missiles. These containers were waterproof and lightweight. A third soldier might even carry an extra pair of missiles. The original Metis range, penetration, and warhead were similar to the Milan's. Both were wire-guided Saklos systems and brought additional firepower down to the company level alongside machine guns, light mortars, and rocket launchers. In the greater scheme of things, the Metis was for the Soviet foot sluggers while the heftier Konkurs was employed in their battle taxis like the BMP-2. The original Metis didn't enjoy the export success of previous Soviet ATGMs, and this undeserved state consigned it to near obscurity. Ideally, the Metis was deployed in three-man teams. One carried the launcher that had an integrated collapsible tripod while his partners each carried two launch tubes armed with missiles. These containers were waterproof and lightweight. By 1992, KBP introduced a new variant called the Metis M, or Western reporting name at 13 or Saxhorn 2, and 20 years later the even more capable Metis M1 arrived. Both had larger 127mm missiles with greater range and penetration. This meant the original Metis is now obsolete and cannot defeat any type of armored vehicle currently in service. The Metis M proved itself during the brief 2006 war between Israel and Hezbollah in southern Lebanon. In a conflict that was almost decided by the widespread use of ATGMs, Hezbollah managed to inflict frustrating losses on IDF armor using their stocks of Russian-made Malyutka, Konkurs, Kornet, and Metis MS. Even their should-fired RPG-7 and RPG-29s managed to pose a serious threat to Israel's tanks and armored vehicles. Years later, the Metis M would leave its mark during the Syrian civil war, where a startling variety of ATGMs are employed by the warring factions. Unlike its earlier iteration, the 9K115-2 Metis M has proven itself as an export. Multiple former Soviet republics as well as client states possess stocks of the Metis, and Metis M. Bulgaria openly advertises the fact that it sells surplus Metis ATGMs. Countries like Algeria, Bangladesh, Cameroon, Croatia, Indonesia, Iran, Malaysia, and South Korea have purchased the Metis M and M1s for their armies.